Alright, so this last discussion video was very interesting for me. As I was listening to it, at some points in the video I'd be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And then I'd go on to another point, I'd be like, no, that doesn't really sound right. So it definitely was kind of a mixture of opinions as I watched this video. So I'll kind of start with some of the things that I maybe didn't 100% follow or agree with, and then I kind of wrap it up with what I think the, his points were and things to consider. So one of the things he was talking about was that in a drum circle, there's really just one purpose. People come for many different reasons. They come to have fun. Maybe some of them are dealing with some struggles at home, and so they want to come be a part of a community. And so really they come out of it and have fun, and they feel excited, rejuvenated. However, music therapists have many other goals that aren't necessarily related to just going and feeling good. And as I thought about his reason there, I thought about how in class we talked about how most people leave music therapy just saying, oh, this was so fun, and they might not realize those underlying goals, even though that's actually what's happening. Like, they're having fun and they're enjoying it and they're playing instruments and they're participating, but beneath that they're improving cognitive skills, they're improving fine motor skills, they're improving all these other things that they might not be aware of but are still happening. So I think in that case it's okay to leave a music therapy session not saying, wow, I improved my fine motor skills today. That's not really what you walk out of it thinking. You walk out thinking, wow, that was fun. So that was something that I just thought was interesting. And then also he was discussing how drum circles are never used in music therapy literature. And I just wasn't really sure. Maybe I guess I need some clarification on that, if that's like modern literature, or if that's like when it first started, because as we can see, music therapy changes every day, and there's things that we come out with, and new techniques and new interventions that are used. And so I think that by that argument it's difficult to say, well, it's not written in the book. But really, I mean, does it have to be? It kind of is a difficult thing to know, because things are constantly changing, and that's something that we as therapists are supposed to be able to adapt to and say, hey, here's this new thing. Then finally, I did think it was interesting that he talked about how a drum circle can exist without a music therapist, and so it's difficult to have that line between this can happen without a music therapist, but I'm using it as a music therapist. And then some people can get confused, which is a very rightful assumption to make, because people, sometimes can get confused or aren't completely sure. So I think in that respect, it is sometimes a good thing to be clear about that, and to be clear that we are using this intervention, we are using a drum circle for music therapy, but this is not your typical community drum circle. I think if therapists went about it in that light, then it might be able to help clarify that for some people. Yeah, so that's what I thought about that video for this week.